How Roblox hackers actually hack. Have y'all seen this? Came out a few days ago. It's apparently pretty good, and it like shows like how hackers hack. Yes, no. Let's see if it's any good. Let's watch it. Let's see how Roblox hackers actually hack. Am I subscribed to this guy? Yeah, I am. Yeah, I am. I'll give it a like. Yeah.
Imagine playing your favorite Roblox game, only to get completely destroyed by a hacker. We've all been there, but that got me thinking, how do these hackers actually pull it off? So I went deep into the Roblox hacking community, scrolling through forums, looking at real code used by hackers, and even talking to 5 developers from the biggest hacking clients out there. They spilled everything.
I gotta hire this guy. This guy's insane.
Their experiences, how they bypassed Roblox's security, and even how much money they're making off of all of this. And let me tell you something, the answers were way crazier than I expected. So stick around because this video is about to get crazy.
Okay. This video is for educational purposes only. I do not condone, promote, or encourage hacking, exploiting, or any other form of unauthorized access. Okay. I do. I love hacking. I hack all the time. Chapter 1, the basics. Y'all type 1 if you're a Roblox hacker.
You've probably heard of hacking before, but what does it actually mean? Google defines it as the gaining of unauthorized access.
I remember the first time I got hacked, it was on my World of Warcraft account, and they took all the gold in my account, and I literally came home from school.
Can we play Doors, please?
No. I'm watching this. I'm not thinking about the super chat. I remember I came home and my account got hacked and all my money was gone. And I literally cried. I was sitting on the toilet crying, and my mom came home and she's like, "Why aren't you crying?" And I was like, "My World of Warcraft account got hacked."
Access to data in a system or computer.
Thank you for the super chat, little booger kid. We'll play it sometime, but not right now.
But in Roblox, this means players giving themselves unfair advantages. For example, flying, wall hacks, also known as ESP, aimbots, and more.
Hate those.
But how is this even possible? To hack, players need access to Roblox's code and memory. Memory, stored in the RAM, holds all the important data.
Yep.
Like player locations, health, and in-game actions.
Yep.
But how exactly does one access this memory? It's through something called an executor. An executor lets players run custom code inside Roblox.
Bunch of freaking nerds. Look at that right there. Oh my gosh. System.out.println Roblox hacks.
Games. The code itself is known as a script, and different scripts allow for different types of cheats, like auto-farming in blocks fruits or having aimbot in Arsenal. These scripts and executors aren't hard to find either.
Yeah.
Forums and websites all over the internet have them ready to download. Back in the early days of Roblox, hacking was basically...
Oh my God, my grandma has this Bro, I'm not even joking. My grandma has this computer at her house. Or had this computer. My grandma passed away, but my grandpa has this computer at his house. With those speakers, bro, that's crazy.
The Wild West. There were no real security measures, and people could do whatever they wanted with little risk of getting banned. It was a free-for-all. But all that changed when Hyperion, also known as Bifron, entered the scene. You see, Roblox acquired Bifron Technologies on October 11th, 2022, and Hyperion was officially rolled out with the 64-bit client on May 3rd, 2023. A few months later, on September 15th, 2023, it started rolling out to the Microsoft Store version of Roblox. But not everyone received it right away. Now, here's the interesting part. Bifron isn't your typical anti-cheat.
I'm gonna be honest. I think the Bifron anti-cheat kind of sucks. Cause like it don't appear to be working. Like I don't know what's going on, but like it doesn't look like it's working.
Unlike systems like BattleEye, Vanguard, or Easy Anti-Cheat, which detect and ban hackers after they cheat, Bifron works differently. It's an anti-tamper system, meaning it doesn't just catch cheaters, it outright prevents them from even running exploits in the first place. And that's where things get really interesting.
Chat, type 1 if you've ever downloaded hacks for a Roblox game. I'm not gonna report you. I'm actually just curious.
Kreek, can you play Dandy's World soon?
Brother, I am watching this right now. What you mean? can I play Dandy's World? Soon, but not right now. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it, Ginger Plush. I appreciate it. Oh my God, that's a lot more people than I thought. Oh my God. That's a lot more than I thought.
To understand how exploiters bypass Bifron, we first need to understand how Bifron actually protects Roblox. First, Bifron starts running as soon as Roblox launches.
I feel like I'm getting big brain from this. Like, I'm going to come out of this video like 10 times smarter.
Giving hackers almost no time to interfere. It also constantly checks to make sure none of Roblox's files or its own files have been altered in any way. Next, it keeps a close watch over the game's memory, where all the important data like player locations and health is stored, preventing any unauthorized access or modifications. But one of its biggest strengths? Obfuscation.
What? Obfuscation. Oh, I know what that is. That's chat. Y'all know what obfuscation is? That's where it so like if you wanna mess with the Minecraft code, you have to deobfuscate it. It's where the code gets jumbled up, so you can't read the code.
This means it scrambles Roblox's code, making it nearly impossible for hackers to read or understand.
I'm smart, chat.
How the game works, let alone find ways to manipulate it.
Y'all forget I was going to college for computer science, right? Y'all forget that.
And it doesn't stop there. Bifron also scans your
According to my calculations.
computer for suspicious programs, like Cheat Engine, which is commonly used for hacking. Plus, it has a system to track alt accounts, collecting unique identifiers from your device and sending them to Roblox.
Yep.
This makes it much harder for banned players to just make a new account and keep cheating. With all these layers of security, you might be wondering, how did anyone even manage to bypass Bifron? Well, for a while, they didn't. Many cheat developers gave up entirely, and some, like Synapse X, even started working for Roblox instead. Running scripts became significantly harder, and with top cheat developers quitting, Bifron remained highly active for months. In fact, for a whole 221 days, specifically from April 27, 2023 to December 4th, there were no public, easily accessible, or affordable bypasses available.
Those were such good days, dude. I remember that. Oh my God. Like, it was so good. It was so good. There were no Roblox hackers. I could play games. Everything was perfect, dude. It was perfect.
And it took even longer, a whopping 293 days in fact, before a reliable and undetected bypass finally surfaced. In other words, during this time, hackers were completely cooked.
And then what happened? Like, what happened? What happened?
As expected, it was only a matter of time before someone found a way around Bifron. Cheat developers started figuring out bypasses, some free, some paid, and just like always, new methods got invented while old ones got patched. But here's the thing, not all
Thank you, little booger kid.
bypasses are created equal. Some are way more powerful than others, and to understand why, we need to talk about something called exploit levels. Think of Roblox like a high security building. The code that runs the game has different levels of permission.
I feel so big brain.
Just like different people in a building have different levels of access. Regular players, well, they're just visitors. Developers, they're like the architects. And Roblox itself, that's the building owner. Hackers, well, they're the ones trying to break in.
I broke into Roblox HQ. It's not even that hard. I just walked on in and they were like, you're KreekCraft, right? Go on in. And I was like, cool.
So let's break it down. At the lowest level, we've got normal players running basic scripts. They can mess around with how things look on their own screen, but they can't actually change the game itself. It's kind of like walking into a museum with binoculars. Sure, you can see things better, but you can't actually touch or move anything.
Anybody who uses wall hacks in a Roblox game should get run over with a car. You understand?
That's what a basic skin changer or a simple wall hack does. It might let you see through
That's the thing that lets you see through walls. I hate people that use that.
walls, but it doesn't actually mess with how the game works. Now, let's move up a level. This is where things start getting more serious. If level 2 was like a visitor, levels 3 and 4 are like staff members. They have more access to the building, but they still can't mess with the structure. This is where Roblox's internal systems operate, the stuff that controls player connections, physics, and how scripts
Why is there a unicorn in Brookhaven?
run in the game. Hackers can sometimes tap into these systems to mess with hitboxes, movement physics, and even server requests, but we're still not really in the dangerous stuff yet. Now, let's talk about level 5. This is where developers have real power. Think of them as the architects of the building. They have access to a special control panel that lets them modify the game in real time, inspect and change the code.
Why was that hack called dirtygrandpa.zip? What in the world is in that zip file?
The code and trigger special commands. Hackers at this level start tapping into that developer.
Is that my IP address? Oh shoot, did I just leak my IP address?
Developer level access, which lets them manipulate the game in ways that are actually game breaking.
He just grew an extra pair of legs.
Level 6, we have plugins and admin scripts. These are tools that developers use to make their lives easier, things like HD admin. But the problem? Hackers can hijack these tools and give themselves admin commands in games where they really shouldn't have them. This is where exploits start to get powerful. At this level,
I've seen these!
They can intercept player inputs, tweak how the keyboard and mouse interact with the game, activate ESP hacks that show enemy positions and health, and modify movement mechanics.
Y'all know exactly who I'm thinking of right now. Don't say his name. Don't say his name. It starts with a B, 4 letters, but y'all know exactly who I'm thinking of. That's who they're talking about.
Like speed hacks that are subtle enough to avoid detection. Now, if you thought level 6 sounded bad, level 7 and 8 take things to a completely different level. At level 7, hackers aren't just breaking into the building, they have the master keys. They can manipulate how the game itself processes data, control hit registration, and even alter things like cooldowns and physics in ways that are nearly undetectable. And then there's level 8, which is basically God mode. This is where exploits can gain full control over almost every function running on the game client.
That seems bad. Has anybody done that? That seems bad.
We're talking silent aim, where it looks like the player isn't locking onto targets, but every single shot still lands perfectly. We're talking full ESP access, where hackers can see the exact position of hidden objects, enemy cooldowns, and even predict future movements.
What?
It's really the ultimate level of control. But here's the crazy part. Not every hack runs at just one level. Some of the most sophisticated ones will operate at level 7 or 8, but then disguise themselves as a lower level script when interacting with the game to avoid detection. It's kind of like an evil staff member sneaking into areas but blending in with normal visitors whenever security is watching.
So it's like Among Us.
That's how the most dangerous exploits stay undetected. So yeah, bypassing Bifron isn't just about finding a way in, it's about climbing the ladder of access without getting caught. And the higher up you go, the more broken the cheats become. Before we continue, I want to take a moment to thank today's sponsor, Coopert. Coopert is a free browser extension designed to help you save money while shopping online. It's available on Chrome, Edge, Firefox, Opera, and Safari, and it already has over 8 million
W. Coopert.
worldwide,
W. Coopert.
2,000 online stores. One of the features I really appreciate is its price comparison tool.
Yeah.
Let's say you're browsing a product on Amazon, Walmart, or Nike with Coopert installed. You can simply click the price alert button and it will take you to Coopert's comparison page.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
There, you'll instantly see if that same item is available to you at a lower price somewhere else.
What?
It's a simple way to make smarter purchasing decisions without any extra effort.
Yep.
So, if you shop online, and let's be honest, most of us do, give Coopert a try. It's completely free and you can install it using the link in the description.
W. Coopert.
Alright, so now that we know how exploit levels work, let's talk about the actual methods hackers use to bypass Roblox's security. Because trust me, these people get creative.
Yeah, that's what I want to see.
First up, proto conversion.
What?
Think of Roblox's security like a building.
Bro, proto conversion. That sounds like a Dragon Ball Z move. Goku, he used proto conversion.
That uses keycards to control access.
What?
Every keycard has its own unique code, and depending on what kind of card you have, you can get into different rooms. Hackers, they take a regular keycard and rewrite its code until it looks identical to a master key, the one that opens every door. Now, suddenly they have access to things they were never supposed to touch. Proto conversion works the same way. It modifies how game data is interpreted so that a basic script suddenly gains way more power than it should. Next, there's Lua wrapping. which is straight up deception. Imagine a hacker builds a fake copy of a room inside the building. The room looks exactly like a real one. It has the same buttons, same control panels, everything. But here's the trick. They don't actually press the buttons in the real game. Instead, they press the buttons inside their fake room, and their tools translate those fake actions into real game commands.
I'm starting to realize why I dropped out of computer science. I was understanding it, and now it's like this is too big brain for me. I need mega mind. Somebody call Steak.
From the outside, Roblox's security sees what looks like normal inputs, so Bifron gets completely fooled. Now, let's talk about DLL injection.
DLL injection. Chat, isn't that what you do whenever you want your butt bigger? You get a DLL injection? I'm pretty sure that is, right? Like you go like, hey, he got that DLL injection. He's got that DLL. Oh, that's a BBL? Oh, is a DLL the other stuff? Oh, that's the other stuff. Gotcha.
This is the classic hacker move. Imagine a team of tech experts sneaking into the building, carrying their own specialized tools. Once inside, they can start messing with everything, controlling systems, manipulating game mechanics, even overriding security protocols. But here's the catch. Bifron knows to watch for these intruders. The second it detects an injected DLL, which is basically an external program sneaking into Roblox's processors, it shuts everything down, which
Well, it doesn't do a good job at it because I can join a Roblox game right now and I see DLL injections everywhere.
means an instant ban for the hacker. That's why modern DLL injectors have to be extra sneaky to avoid detection. And finally, there's lag switching, probably one of the easiest yet most annoying exploits
Oh my God, I used to do this. Wait, I actually used to do that.
to deal with. Picture this. The hacker temporarily cuts off the building's phone lines.
Oh my God, I actually used to do that. I'm dead serious. So basically, okay. So back whenever I was in like middle school, do y'all know the difference between peer-to-peer servers and dedicated servers? Here. Look. So video games online used to work off of something called peer-to-peer. So like imagine this is me and this is you. And this is someone named Kevin. Okay? So we're all playing a multiplayer game. Right? The game would pick someone to host the game. So let's say it picked Kevin. So we're all connecting to Kevin and he's hosting the server, right? So if anything happens to Kevin's internet, then it's going to also affect anyone connected to Kevin's internet. So what you would do is Kevin, in this case, would turn off his internet and it would make everyone else lag. And then you turn your internet back on. It's called a lag switch. And suddenly everybody is dead because while Kevin's internet was lagging, he killed everybody. That's how it works. Nowadays, though, we don't really use peer-to-peer. We use dedicated servers. And what that means is like, so let's say this is me, this is you, this is Kevin. There's actually a dedicated server up here, and we all just connect to the dedicated server. So that's the difference. That's how it works.
While the connection is down, they can move freely, running, teleporting, whatever. The second they restore the connection, though, all these actions get processed at once, making it look like they just teleported across the map. From the game's perspective, it seems like a normal glitch.
I used to do that in Call of Duty. So whenever I was hosting the game, I had a lag switch that I built with my friends, and I would flick it on and off. And it would make the game lag, and then I would get everyone in the game killed while I did it.
Which makes it hard to detect. But in reality, they just broke the game using nothing but a simple network trick. So yeah, hackers have a ton of ways to bypass security. But the thing to remember, every method has a weakness. And as Roblox's
Probably not, King, but thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it.
security improves, these exploits won't last forever.
Well, I hope not. Uh-oh, they talking about me now. Here we go. Uh-oh, this is us.
Now finally, Let's take a look at what's been really happening inside the Roblox exploit
Oh my God, that's my thumbnail.
community.
That's awesome.
Straight from the people inside it. Historically, hackers had major successes bypassing Roblox's security. One developer put it like this.
The Roblox exploiting community back then, when Synapse was still a thing, was the peak. Good communication, people were mature, etc.
Back then, platforms like B3 Million were thriving, serving as hubs for sharing knowledge, tools, and techniques. But things changed. Now the community is different. Some devs told me it's become way more toxic, less about collaboration, more about ego. One dev didn't hold
Wait, you telling me the Roblox hackers are evil? Wait, the Roblox hackers are the bad guys?
back, saying,
But now everything has changed. People have always been just gatekeeping knowledge, extremely egotistical, and just overall, from my experience, most people are completely fucked up, which is why I avoid talking to people with relations to exploiting.
and on top of that, competition has gotten intense. Most exploit developers, especially those making free software, don't make a ton of money, but it's still something. When I asked the people running these executors, they told me the bulk of their revenue comes from sponsors and advertising.
Sponsors? Who's sponsoring Roblox exploits? What?
Sometimes making them hundreds of dollars a month. But then came Bifron, and it changed everything. One developer behind Xeno, one of the biggest hacking clients, explained just how much of an impact it had.
Bifron has really made a drastic change to the exploiting community, as they have stopped many big executors such as KRNL, Synapse X, Delta Windows, etc. As of now, people are afraid to use executors since every single one is detected, and
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, hear that? Yeah, you're going to get banned. All right, you're going to get banned. Your brother's going to get banned. Your sister's going to get banned. Your mommy's going to get banned. Your daddy's going to get banned. Your grandma's going to get banned. Your grandpa's going to get banned. Your whole family's going to get banned. All right? And you're going to deserve it.
will eventually lead you to be banned.
The fear of getting banned
I
has
can't wait to report on your ban.
slowed down exploit development, and according to a co-owner of Kernel, it has also ruined the quality of modern exploits.
It seems like
It hasn't ruined them enough, let me tell you.
the overall quality for products has dropped since Bifron was added. A lot of exploits sharing
Mark Zuckerberg?
similar code bases, I think 1.1 copies even, have been released from what I have seen, and many of them are vulnerable to RCE, ACE attacks through potentially unpatched vulnerabilities. There seems to be a lack of passion from what I've seen, but I've heard stories of the past and can conclude that the passion which was once there seems to have faded.
And now, things might only get worse for exploiters. There are rumors that Bifron has officially gone kernel level. If that's true, it means
Please! Please!
it's running in ring 0, giving it absolute
For the people that don't know what that is, kernel is like the base level for an operating system. So like if something is running at the kernel level, that means that it is running at the base level of like the operating system, which means it sees everything.
control over all system operations. That's exactly what Valorant's Vanguard anti-cheat does,
Yeah.
monitoring deep inside your computer to kill cheats before they even run. In Vanguard's case, it was controversial because it gave the game too much power over people's systems. And if Roblox is doing the same thing, then yeah, it might be finally game over for exploiters. Roblox is already cracking down. They've started using ban waves, mass bans that hit long after someone uses an exploit, making it harder for developers to quickly create new bypasses. And if you thought they were taking things seriously before, it went next level when they launched The Hunt, their event with
Yeah.
a $1 million prize. Roblox could not afford to let a hacker win, so they cranked Bifron to the max. This time, they weren't waiting to ban people. They were banning hackers instantly, sometimes before they even opened Roblox.
Why haven't they been doing that? Why wait? Just do it. What are you waiting for?
Bifron was on overdrive, nuking accounts left and right, creating real-time ban waves like never before. So, what's
I don't understand. Like if you can do that, then just do it. Like what?
next? Well, the Roblox hacking scene has had its ups and downs, but if Bifron is really going kernel level, it might be truly over. For years, people have made fun of Roblox's moderation, calling it lazy, ineffective, or just plain dumb. But now, things are changing. And whether you love it or hate it, Roblox might be finally doing something right. But here's the thing, hackers aren't the only problems on Roblox. Scams are just as bad, if not worse. And trust me, some of them are next level evil. Luckily, I covered the worst ones for you.
Everyone go watch that video. I'm not going to watch it, but everyone go watch that video. The worst games in Roblox history. That's a W. And everyone go subscribe to this guy.